With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. We analyze, we create, every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave, following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game, fantasy football's true aim. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go. We analyze, we create. Every game week we debate. From the captain to the late, moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave, following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game, fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go.
Elite FPL. The only channel with a banging custom intro, says Jonathan Mahoney in the chat. How's it going, John? How's it going, guys? Full disclosure, today's been Christmas Day for me because my sister, well, long story short, we were able to get the family together. We weren't able to get the family together over Christmas. We got our family together today, and I may have had a few sherbets. So Steve-O's going to run the show with his FPL Juice top on. Steve-O, what's going on, man?
Bikini top.
Your eeny weeny, teeny weeny.
Well, it's not eeny weeny, but when James revealed it to me, I was like, "What is this? Is amazing."
Do you not remember the song? That's
Eeny weeny,
weeny, teeny weeny. See, it's like
Yeah.
bikini.
Speak to me about emo or deathcore.
Oh my god, I want to speak to you about emo and deathcore. There was a scene in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective that I watched last night.
Cannibal Corpse, isn't it?
And he walks into this death metal band playing Cannibal Corpse, whatever it is. And the way he dances, I'm like, I gotta send Steve.
I'd need to watch it on YouTube. I've never seen the show. Probably when I was a kid, but yeah. Again, speak to me about Die Hard, Predator.
Here we go. Wait, look at the screen. Look at the screen. Ready? Right, hang on. Wait. It's going to probably be copyright, but we don't care here on the channel.
Okay. Let's wait until Ace Ventura. When's he going to come up? Come on.
Wait.
Oh, here he is. Right.
Look at his dancing.
It's Jim Carrey. He hasn't started dancing yet. Wait a minute. Here he goes. You know, literally what happens at gigs. Though this is what you'll see at Ghost. This is what you'll see at Ghost. The odd chav coming in. What's this?
When he comes in, he's like that. He's like,
yeah, thank you. I've just seen it. Yeah, cheers. Yeah,
amazing. Absolutely had me in stitches. I immediately thought of you. I thought of you immediately. I was like, that I got to send to Steve-O. In fact, I'll send you the clip. But yeah, today's been Christmas for me. It's nice to be around the family and not been thinking about FPL in any way, shape or form. But I have made some
transfers. That's the end of the stream. See you later.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about this shite.
Yeah, well, you're not doing much better than me, Steve-O. Steve-O, you've had a bit of a shocker at this, past game week, haven't you?
With the last 10, 12, 13 game weeks, it's been horrific.
So
it's been awful.
Is there any way back for you? No. Do you think? Is it?
I said on the Patreon.
Is it right
I can't remember what I said it on. I genuinely could. I could literally copy FPL Harry, and I'd still be below him. I could literally copy every single move he does, and I'd still be below him and about 3.5 million.
Let's bring your team up. Let's bring your team up on the screen, mate, and let's see how you really feel.
It's not just that; it's all the logical transfers I've made. Every decision I made.
Jesus was a good transfer, but apparently he was a bad pick.
What was that?
I thought Jesus was a great transfer.
Who said this?
I thought that you picking Gabriel Jesus was a really coy transfer. In fact, I made the same move. I brought him in as well, but people are laughing now. And then they listened to TalkSport yesterday, and they reckon his Arsenal project outgrown Gabriel Jesus. Has the Arsenal project outgrown Gabriel Jesus?
Again, don't listen to TalkSport.
Well, that is the question.
As Mark Goldbridge calls it, talk shite, and it is. I mean, I could use worse words to describe TalkSport, to be honest with you, because it is absolute garbage these days. So, it's just clickbait hungry nonsense.
So your team's on the screen. You also owned Bruno Fernandes. Like myself. Gone. See you later. Don't ever grace my team again. Destroyed, ripped up. In fact, when I reveal what I've done to my team, Steve, you're going to just shake your head and go, what the fuck?
You're going to do the same for me. It doesn't matter what.
No, I reckon I've done something. As Elite FPL lost subscribers, it's gone down from 7.89 to 7.8k.
Because people can't deal with... I can't even be able to talk about it. Just move on from that. Jesus Christ.
No, tell him what you really feel, Steve-O. Like, just... I mean,
YouTube's a con job at the end of the day.
It's a con job. It's all fake. It's all crap.
In fact, I'll tell you what's funny, right? This is genuinely true. I can't name any names. I'm not going to. But when I was doing my research into very large content creators, I clicked on one very, very large content creator. Let's just put it this way. A member of the Elite FPL community that literally said, I'm not watching Elite FPL anymore. I'm not watching anything to do with FPL in general. They actually commented on this particular channel's video and said, can you please tell me I'm thinking of doing a -4? So you won't comment on our videos. You quit watching Elite FPL and FPL in general, yet you'll comment on one of the biggest YouTubers out there. Get a grip of yourself. It's just tragic. And I keep banging the same over and over.
Look, the grim reality of it, Steve-O, is that there's only a finite amount of FPL enthusiasts out there that consume copious amounts of YouTube. And there is many, many channels for them to digest it. So there's so many channels out there that supply and demand. There's way too much supply and there's not as much demand as I feel this year there's not as much demand for it, to be honest. I think FPL's kind of treaded water a little bit this year. Is my personal feeling. I don't think I do think more casuals play FPL now than ever before, obviously. And they just flock to the FPL mates and the Andys and the ones that provide the cookie cutter, simple to digest. And by the way, that's a compliment, by the way. The content is that easy to understand and digest. There's no convolution in it. It's very simple. And it's like, if you want to do well and you're new to FPL, you just go to these channels and they set your team up for you. Yeah, they don't get you to question yourself because they're almost just giving you the tips to set your team up if you're not copying them anyway, which a lot of people do copy. Why do we know that? Because people used to get really mad at Andy when they didn't reveal what he did, what transfers he made. And that's a simple fact.
Well, it's not just that. I find also people never understand that with independent content creators, it's when people come out with the line, you're losing subscribers. And it's just, because people don't show the support like they do with... So the big guns, they'll get loads of people sharing their stuff, commenting on their posts, blah, blah, commenting on the videos afterwards. With us, nothing.
I think it was 2019, Steve-O, when I actually stopped caring about subscription numbers. Like, I literally stopped caring. Like for me, like I've always said, you can watch back streams and many past live shows where we've said, we just appreciate people turning up on the night.
Yeah.
And just being here on the night talking about it. We don't care about the numbers. Numbers will go up on their own, hopefully, eventually, ultimately. If we do okay, naturally it'll progress. If it doesn't, then that's fine. We don't put pressure on ourselves to meet certain objectives or targets because at the end of the day, this is a hobby that me and Steve-O do on the side. It's not our livelihoods. And, we provide a different style of content that's more real and more direct, and it's not flavoursome for many, not for everyone. It's not the sort of thing that people may want to be having on in front of their kids, especially if Steve doesn't do very well. So it's not family friendly, is it? Let's be honest. It's got better. It has got better, but certainly we talk about shadow ban.
What I
we talk
about the point about is that it's the fact that with the subscriber numbers and numbers in general is that it just shows the work that you put in. And you are right, it's not about the numbers, but when you do see my point about that,
we've probably got so many black marks on our account over the years anyway, Steve-O, let's be honest. We've been suspended in the past because of a copyright thumbnail of Chelsea Stadium, which is ridiculous, back in 2020 or whatever it was. But, I mean, we've probably got so many black marks on our channel anyway that we are just living off of the regular viewers, essentially. The odd person pops along and is like, oh, I've never seen your channel before. This is pretty good, but that's few and far between these days, mate. Yeah. It is, and that's and we're okay with that. And
no, like but what I was trying to get at with this former member of ours is that what exactly have we done to offend them that much that they don't want to watch, but they'll happily watch a large? That's what I want to get at. That's the only I want to understand.
Politics and drama, you'll never understand. You'll never understand politics and drama. You'll never understand why people take offense to certain things. Yeah. You'll never understand why people like to draw tribal boundaries in communities. You'll never understand it. It's just human nature, and that's what human beings do. There's always going to be one person that wants to, and that's fine. If someone wants to go, and at the end of the day, we don't force anyone to watch our stuff, but at the end of the day, we haven't changed. So if you liked our stuff in 2018 and you don't like our stuff now, then what's different? And we want to know what's different. Because apart from the call-in show, which we used to do on a weekly, which was good, but then it got to a point where everyone was calling in, and it was very, very, very much. It got the pool of people calling in got smaller and smaller and smaller. It was the same regular callers, which, to be honest, we really, really appreciate, but there was lack of new, information and vibrant, characters and rivalries that in the end it started to stagnate a little bit, the call-ins. And ultimately, let's be honest, call-ins. I think people just didn't want to come on and talk about their team. Especially if they've had a bad game week. They don't want to talk about it if they've had a bad game week. They don't want to show their team off.
Well, half the time as well, I think with call-ins, I think about myself. And even when FPL Juice or even Alf says, oh, does anybody want to come on? Even I'm like, no, I just want to listen. That's it. So if I'm thinking like that, how many others are thinking like that?
We've got Lewis Allen in the chat. I actually found you guys by accident a few years ago. Andy, Sunday night stream automatically went to your Sunday surgery, and I've been a fan ever since. Oh my God, we actually retained someone for a year ago, a few years ago. I'll be interested to see if that sort of stuff happens now. I'm not sure if it does happen as much now. We don't get as many pop-ups on the YouTube algorithm as what we used to get back in the early 2020s. I certainly feel that the algorithm doesn't like us, but we are experimenting with. So, Steve-O, do you want to just wink at the camera? We are experimenting with something in the algorithm, and if it does come through, and we do get more views, Steve-O's going to do a Patreon podcast talking all about it.
I'd obviously thank you to Alec Davolo again for his genius
amazing
thumbnails as ever. And I was just doing some extensive research, as they say, and I just found some of the results quite interesting. It's not really that interesting, but to me it was. And what I find that people that will find this bit interesting is that, so at work, I basically have a work computer which has no influence by anything I've watched in the past. It literally just deletes everything.
It clears it cache every single time. Yeah.
It just gets rid of everything. So when you in my case, I type in FPL on the YouTube search engine, and my game is literally who is the first independent content creator I come across, and I'll be scrolling and scrolling through hundreds of YouTube accounts, and then bizarrely, the one account that pops up that's the first independent is us.
When you say independent, what do you mean by independent? That's not part of a
number one, it's not their job. Number two, not sponsored. So majority of all the YouTube accounts that I was coming across are 100% sponsored. They put lots of money into paying advertisement to push their channels. And obviously, a lot of the stuff that I was coming across is all clean cut.
Yeah.
It's beyond clean cut, to be honest with you. It's like me and Ray always say, it's people answering questions about FPL, not talking about FPL. And there's a big difference. Me and you talk about FPL. It's a big difference. We're not just, what questions do you want answering? Right, I'll just answer them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the question and answer format, but I know it's extremely popular within the community.
Of course it is, because that's what Dan says. That's what people want, hints and tips, and it's just not. Yeah. It's never been.
And also, they want a 15-minute video. Let's be honest, they don't want to sit for 2.5 hours listening to the live stream. Let's read some of the comments out, because we've actually got some interesting comments here. But hello to Lewis, thank you for sticking around. To be honest, and everyone else that's been supporting the show, new and old. We've got Jonathan in the chat, FPL Bailey. Nixie's in the chat, Nixie713. Hello, new here. How are you guys doing? Nixie, how did you find out about this channel? Just out of curiosity. Were you watching one of Andy's streams as well? Didn't get tired of the call-ins, said Jonathan. He actually misses the call-ins, and so's animations. Big part of the channel is a part of is it something which will bring back? Yes, I do think it will come back. I think start of the season, it's easier to keep that, get the momentum moving at the start of the season when everyone's super pumped. We can extend the invite out there for Sunday surgery for people to come on and do a call in. We can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So at the end of the day, we can invite people to come on. And I've invited people to come on. I've heard Steve-O in the past invite people to come on. You might have one person come on and talk about their FPL team. It's not as good as it used to be, where you used to get like 7, 8, 9 people. And that's because, and I give the reason why, is because a lot of them spend their day, if they are talking about their FPL teams in the community, they spend it in Discord and Hangouts, because they're talking about the team then. So they've done the talking. They don't need to do any more talking. So the Discord is a great resource for people to kind of talk about their teams. So do they need to come on the Sunday surgery and talk about it? maybe not so much. But we'll keep extending invites out for people to do it. No, I found you on the recommended page. Nah, get out of town. No way. I watch FPL a lot. Surprised I've seen you. Haven't seen you before. To be fair, says Nixie. Oh wow. So Nixie's been around for a while, Steve-O. He's been consuming tons of FPL content, and all of a sudden we have come on the recommended. But that's actually a reassuring thing, because we actually didn't think that we were getting recommended to anyone, to be fair. So that's very, very interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us. We've been around since 2018, and we've had our ups and downs. We've been flying high, certainly rank-wise. Myself and Steve-O have done very well. Steve-O in more recent years has been doing exceptionally up and down. Like one season good, next season not so good. He's having one of his not so good seasons at the moment. But again, it's halfway through the season, we can turn it around. I feel that I can turn, like you say, Steve-O, that it's gone. I think you're aiming for a respectable finish. I'm still aiming top 1 million. You might think it's impossible, but I don't. You could easily look at top 500k. I think you're looking at top 500k finish minimum for yourself.
I always look at the mini leagues, to be honest. I want to get as high up in the mini leagues as you can. Winning the Tour Elite, trying to win the Moderator League, but Blonde, anything she touches is just like, it'll be Lewis Hall. It's the only option she's got to play against Liverpool, and yet Lewis Hall will come through with a clean sheet and probably an assist and 3 bonus points, and it's just, how have Liverpool not scored against Newcastle? Just something simple like that, or Nottingham Forest keeping a clean sheet away at Brentford, a team that has scored 700 goals at home, and then Nottingham Forest come along, who are average at best away from home, and yet they keep a clean sheet. You just can't make it up. It's just pure circumstances.
I think it's let's just quickly talk about the results very briefly.
We didn't even talk about our teams, Jace. That we would.
Well, no, we'll talk about the teams. Don't worry. But let's just talk about the results. All right.
Do we have to?
Man City just continuing this spiral of just self-destruction. It seems, because they got a few players out, but I mean Rodri's out, Oscar Bob's out, a few others are out, but the main core team for me still there. 15 minutes for Kevin De Bruyne. What's going on there? I'm not sure. Haaland, he's on a drought. Man City just not winning. I just don't know here. Everton, what a result for Everton that is away from home. I mean, it's just, is it City's season kind of done now? Do you think that's Liverpool got to be favourites, right?
Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. They're still the three. I think Chelsea and Liverpool are
for me. Liverpool. Yeah, I think this is if Liverpool bottle it, I'll laugh my head off so much. But Bournemouth for getting a draw against Crystal Palace. I mean, I'm kind of
again.
I'm not like super surprised by that, to be honest.
A draw, no, but 0-0, yes.
Yeah, Chelsea are losing to Fulham. It's like, I heard somewhere that this was like a historic defeat by Chelsea or something. That historically they've always been.
The first time Fulham have won at Stamford Bridge for 65 years or whatever.
Yeah.
The nonsense is.
So Chelsea fans, I mean, you must be annoyed and like bewildered at that. Certainly the opportunity we talk about getting, potential title success. Newcastle beating Villa. Villa are one of these teams where now this game I didn't see it, but I understand that there was a red card to John Duran. A bit harsh from what I've been told. Aston Villa for me is a team that I rate very highly. I think Aston Villa have got a very good team. So probably the red card did obviously cement the result. I didn't see the game, so I can't really comment on it. But of course, my Isaac comes through with a goal. Gets a couple of bonus points as well, which is quite nice. I am surprised that they beat Villa 3-0. But obviously with the sending off, it probably contributed towards it. But certainly I think Villa were about to get back into the game. Apparently before he got sent off, they were looking likely to get back in. So yeah, that was kind of a bit of a shock result for me. And then another shock result was Spurs losing to Nottingham Forest. Not in the fact that I didn't think Forest would score, but Spurs not getting anything on the score sheet themselves. I think that game always had goals for both teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, very shocked that like you just said, Nottingham Forest got the clean sheet, and Spurs got nothing to show for it, which is typical Spurs. Really, isn't it? They're up and down in form, more down at the moment, but they can pull out performances when they need to, can't they? That's the thing. Southampton, West Ham, not a game that I really give too much of a hoot about, but of course your man Bowen's in it. Yeah. So did you see?
But hold on.
Any comments about that?
I'm more pissed off with Fabianski. Okay, he's injured. I'm sure someone's going to go, you cannot say that about an injured player. He could have died. I can. But the reality is that you play Fabianski for a clean sheet. They go and get it, and he gets substituted at 38 minutes or 28 minutes because he got smashed in the head.
This is one of those situations where you can't get angry at the game because this is not a decision made by you that's gone wrong. This is not a decision made by you. This is an act of God, or like don't
worry. Wait till we get to Flecken, mate.
This is just it's not a bad decision. It's just.
I know.
It's just one of those where you can't get angry because it's not something where you could turn around and say, I should never have done that. That was stupid to do. It was just very unfortunate. It's luck. It's luck.
I think it was more the fact that it was compounded with Fernandez being red carded. I think that's what compounded the misery even more.
Yeah.
To be completely honest with you.
We move on. It's got Wolves versus Man United.
Apparently, that was absolutely one of the worst Man United performances in the history of Man United performances. It's supposed to be that bad, Jace. Did you watch any of it?
I watched bits of it, yes. I wish I didn't. I don't need to tell you what the problems are at United. I've spent so many weeks telling, and then certainly Mark Goldbridge. If you want to know what the problems are at United, listen to Mark Goldbridge. He'll read them all out to you. But it isn't the manager. Okay.
It's a combination of absolutely.
It's a combination of a lot of things, but mainly you have to put it down to the players that just are not good enough. They're not good enough. They're on overinflated wages. They need to be moved on, but financially they can't easily be moved on. And they've got the club by the cojones. And unfortunately, the player stock that we've got to manage just aren't putting out performances week in, week out. Onana's receded massively back into poor form. Started off the season looking pretty good. I started to question myself actually because I was a bit harsh on Onana when he joined United. I thought he was pretty crap. I was like, why they bought this guy? The guy can't play from the back. The guy can't do much. He's not even a great shot stopper in my opinion. He's really poor at crosses. I thought De Gea offered more. And I thought, we made a mistake. But then at the beginning of the season, he turned it around. He started putting a few good performances in. I thought, you know what? This guy is actually really coming through. But recently, he's just been absolutely dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And that's just the truth. That's just, where the confidence levels must be so low. Every single time a corner kick gets given against United, I think the guy's panicking. There's nothing other than, I played in goal, not professional level, but I played non-league in goal for multiple clubs. And I can tell you now, one of the first things you quickly learn as a goalkeeper is you got to command your box. Fortunately, I'm quite tall. Onana's not short. He's a muscly guy, but he's not commanding that box. He's not commanding. I was always told by my coaches, if you need to run through players to get to the ball, you run through players. Don't you worry about knocking people out of the way to get to that ball. And you see him, and the slightest bit of contact, he just, I don't know, man. He's misjudged the flight of the ball. The ball's gone in from a corner kick. A goal in the Premier League, no player should be able to score from the corner kick. That's just embarrassing. That's the sort of stuff that you should see on a Sunday league, windy pitch, where you've got a 5'2" goalkeeper in goal that doesn't want to be in goal because they haven't actually got a proper goalkeeper. No goalkeeper worth his salt should be conceding in perfectly good conditions from a corner kick like that. That was just embarrassing. And I felt embarrassed for the guy. I felt embarrassed for the guy because they got no confidence on corners, on set pieces. They just and that goes for that's not just Onana. That's a whole back line. They've got no confidence. But no, I'm not going to take anything away from Wolves. Cunha looked on fire, absolutely beautiful.
Do you know you couldn't make it up with Cunha, could you? He rips off some poor bloke's glasses, runs around, makes a fool of him, stamps on him, goes round punching people in the face. Nothing happens to him. Then goes and scores 15 goals in a row when you expect him to be banned. I don't understand, Jace. Like, you sell him, and he goes and does what he's done. It's just ridiculous. It's utterly insane. How the FA have not come out, even though, well, a boon at everybody. But in all seriousness,
that's one of the good things. The fact I'm not on Twitter is to be booned.
But the fact that Cunha still hasn't received the ban yet I just don't understand what's going on there.
I'm sure something will happen.
Extraordinary.
Liverpool versus Leicester. This is more likely of a result that I was thinking. Liverpool getting 3, of course. Salah getting in on the points there. Not as many points as what we would hope from a 3-1 victory, but certainly getting some points. Yeah, business as usual for Liverpool. They've been ticking along really well. If this is the season to be a Liverpool fan. Quietly confident. And I love the fact that
everything in their path.
They're not. Do you know what I love about this season for Liverpool? And I hate to say it, is they're not kind of bigging it up. They're not getting all like, we're going to win the league. They're really quietly dark horsing it to be favourites for me.
They've lost one game all season across all competitions.
And it's like they're not showing any signs of slowing down at the moment. Depends how they get through with injury, if they get through the second half of the season without injuries and stuff. But I think the season's Liverpool's at the moment, the way they're going. We'll read some of the chat comments out in a moment. We'll just get through. So nothing surprises in that result. 3-1, Gakpo, Jones, Salah, with Ayew getting the consolation, 3-1 to Liverpool. And then finally into Friday's games, Brighton versus Brentford 0-0. Nothing to
another game you couldn't make up.
And Arsenal 1-0 over Ipswich, the standard 1-0. With Havertz and Trossard, and of course our man Gabriel Jesus nowhere to be seen, not even on the bonus point, Steve-O.
Oh, no, he was substituted.
Don't be stupid. Yeah. Are you confident owning him going forward?
He was only going to be a 2 or 3 week punt for me.
Yeah. Well, you wait until you see what I've done to my team. You'll be prepared to freaking laugh your head off, mate. You would never guess.
You will same for me as well, Jason.
You will never guess what I've done. And if you've done something similar to me, then I'll laugh my head off. But you're never going to guess what I've done, Steve. Shall I reveal what I've done?
No. Go for the chat first. God almighty.
Right, okay. Okay, the chat won't know what I've done either. But this season's been a season where I've just done absolutely stupidly maverick moves. Well, guess what?
That's what I've done.
Okay, so we got Fire Talk in the chat. We will talk about the Super Cup, but certainly thank you for those who have signed up to it, and thank you so much to Fire Talk for spending his amazing time over this Christmas period to actually set the spreadsheet up. Right, the FA are on Christmas break, says Nixie, so they can't do much about Cunha at the moment because they're not in office. The office staff, the office staff. I'm not in the office. FPL discomfort. Got to be fuming if you're a team fighting relegation and seeing Cunha play.
How's the house move, Kieran, going? How is the house that your parents brought you? That's an extra joke.
Han, hello to you, my friend. Callum, hi guys. I've seen I'm first in the community league. What? Apologies for not contributing as much in the live streams. We'll definitely contribute more, says Callum. First in the community league. Whereabouts? What? First in the... Can't be true.
I'm not even part of it.
And you're watching this. You're first in the community league and you're watching this. Obviously for the content, not for the tips. Well done to you, my friend.
Can I just do a quick impression? So I tuned in to a very, very large YouTuber on Boxing Day, and literally this is literally what it was like. Cunha or Isaac, Jota or Diaz, Jota. Haaland or Salah for captaincy, Salah. It was awful. I was just like, even this individual didn't even want to do the stream. And I was just thinking, while you were speaking earlier, I was just thinking, should we just do that? Just do this. See you later, everybody. But it's not personal. It's just shit.
Yeah.
It's just fucking shite.
Jonathan Mahoney in the chat is asking a question we'll get to in a moment.
-4 to make sure that Haaland goes out.
In 2018 to 2019, Liverpool had a 10-point lead over City. Yes, I remember it very well. At the halfway mark, yes, I remember it very well. And still finished second. I honestly think the Liverpool defence is too leaky. And they're way too reliant on Salah.
Sorry,
this is the thing. If Salah gets injured, Liverpool is screwed. I'll be honest with you. And their defence is leaky. There is goals.
I would bring it up. It's going to crash everything. But aren't they like one of the best defence along with Arsenal and Nottingham Forest?
They've had some easy fixtures, mate. Let's be honest with you. They've got some tough ones coming up now. You wait until they play United. We'll score 6 against them. Not joking. Right. Callum says, love watching your streams last year. Pure entertainment. Thank you very much. Please help me, says Jonathan. I want to replace Saka with either Son for penalties, Kulu on form, or Maddison set pieces. Who would you go for?
None of them. Next. This is my point.
I'll tell you what,
the point about questions. It's like, I don't care. Just fucking choose yourself. That's another subscriber gone.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. See ya. We're half the time content creators get asked X player or X, and then the next video they release is recommending them the other way. Yeah, mate, James, it's not easy being a content creator if your life revolves around just giving tips and tricks and stuff. Like, if you got personality with it, then it's a lot more easier and happier place to be. But I do feel sorry for the content creators that are just cookie cut, like basically trying to do quick fire yes or no questions. There's way more to FPL than yes or no.
And they're super chats, by the way. They're not normal regular. They're just super chats.
10 quid to ask. I wish I had 10 quid to just throw around to ask a question. Should I captain Mohamed Salah this week? I mean,
someone donated to Mark Goldbridge. I think it was, what was it the other day?
Well, Mark Goldbridge has got over 2 million subscribers, Steve-O, so he's going to have some millionaires in his community.
Yeah, someone donated 200 quid or something like that to him. 200 quid.
Just hold on that one. Keep Saka in your team, mate, and play your sub. Your non-playing sub midfielder that's going to get you 0 points. No. In all honesty, midfield-wise, I wouldn't touch Tottenham personally. There's better options out there. But I don't know, Steve-O will give you his thoughts in a minute when he reveals his team. You wait until you see who I've brought in midfield, Steve-O. You wait. Do you want me to tell you?
No. Get onto that in a minute. Fucking hell.
Come on. It's like Christmas. It's like, come on. I just want to let it out, mate.
We haven't even talked about our teams. We haven't even spoke about this game week.
So we have to. I've got 51 points. No, that's you. You got 51 points. Actually, you got better than I thought, Steve-O. Oh, you got Timber. You did have a shocking game week after all. Oh, damn it. Yeah, you had Bone and Timber, didn't you? Getting you 17 points between them. Oh, screw you, mate. You and your late points. So 51 points. Yeah, it's not great. Where are you now? 1 point. You're nearly 2 million. Nearly 2 million in the world. Congratulations,
the whole
mate.
Fernandes / Man United not doing anything. My 2 goalkeepers just dying. Rest in peace. And yeah, it's been a really, 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 really. I think, like you say, when you do the transfers and they do nothing. What was it? Jesus, Fernandes, and I can't remember the other player in. Oh, Gabriel. Someone wrote on, I don't even know who does it. Someone on Discord does like a newspaper article, and they just said that I was down by 15 points. Minus 15. I mean, Andrew Ferguson's was on a minus 20, would you believe? Minus 20. If you want to have a laugh, look at Andrew Ferguson's team in the Patreon League and look at his transfers, because that is painful, to be honest with you. on a -20 overall from what he did. But you look at the team, it's fine. The actual team is my team. Is you look
Andrew
at it on paper.
Andrew Ferguson did a -8.
Yeah, but when you look at the players that he got rid of and what he brought in, it turns out to be a -20.
Oh dear, still got 60 points. It's not too bad.
Well,
Slight green, yeah. So, but anyway, let's talk about my points. I got 55 points. 51. I got the same points as you. Great. Nothing to talk about other than the fact that I own Isaac. Everyone else, bar Salah, Palmer did.
Kirkes, nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not really, because people own double Arsenal. So kind of just whatever. I kept up with the double Arsenal defenders.
So
really.
what made you keep Saka then?
Well, you wait and see, mate. He ain't in my team anymore. What made me keep Saka? Christmas, mate. I didn't have time to think about it.
Oh, so you just didn't look at the team?
No, mate.
I think what hit home hard for you probably would have been the Sanchez clean sheet wipeout and then Gomez getting a yellow card as well. Oh. Just to compound the misery over this
sucks,
period.
Yeah. It sucks.
Fernandez with the red card. What did he do for the second yellow? What was the yellow card?
He was just late in on him, late in on the player, and just got immediately got booked. Yellow card, second yellow.
Because I look at your team and I go, right, what are your problems in this team? And it's obviously Fernandez,
gone,
Saka, Mazraoui.
Right, well, 2 of those are gone. Do you want to know who brought in? Do you wait until, mate? I'm just going to. Right, who's the last person you think that anyone should get into the FPL team right now?
Who's the last person people should be doing? Kevin De Bruyne.
When I talk about value for money,
you're gonna have to give me more of a clue than that.
Chat. If we talking purely value for money, who's the last person that you would be getting your FPL team, pound for pound?
Are they in the top midfielders in the game at the moment?
Not a midfielder.
We're talking a striker.
Yes, we are.
Why do I have the feeling you brought in the same player as me?
Please tell me you haven't brought in Haaland.
Sorry?
Have you brought in Haaland?
You've brought in Haaland?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Oh, God.
Why have you?
Really? No.
Oh, there we go then. We haven't brought in the same player. Yeah, I brought in Haaland. And I'm gonna captain him, yeah.
Jesus God almighty.
This is my team, Steve-O. 3, 2, 1, boom. I have got Sanchez in goal up against Ipswich. I've got Hall, Kirkes and Gomez. I might play Mazraoui. I don't know yet. And then I've got Rodgers, Ahmad, Palmer. Palmer and Salah. And then up front I've got Isaac, Haaland and Jesus. I am captaining Haaland.
You can't play a 3-5-3, can you? You're going to have to drop
I'm playing a 3-4-3. Yeah, I'm dropping. So I've got Enzo on the bench. Enzo Fernandez is my swapper between. Ipswich. Well, yeah, this is what I was going to actually speak to you. Would you play Enzo away Ipswich over Ahmad? Because I think I might.
It's a toss. Well, I mean, I would.
I really don't know. Like, I think. Do I go Enzo away Ipswich or do I go Ahmad at home to Newcastle?
That's a toss of a coin. I'll probably go Ahmad because he's at home, but he's got a tougher fixture. And you lot are just in absolute dire straits at the moment, which means you'll probably win 3-0. But it's a tough one. I would probably go Ahmed because he's at home.
I think there's going to be a Man City game where Man City lay into some team and they're going to smash them 4-5-0 and be like, this is it, we're back now. Get ready. And it could be Leicester away. Could be, I mean, the Leicester are the caricature team to be primed for a beating, in my opinion. And I've got my sights on Haaland doing it, and I'm captaining him. And I will stand on this hill. I'll die on this hill if it doesn't work out. You know, it doesn't work out. But that's what I'm feeling.
What are the chat saying?
Good attacking move, Jace. Playing Hall over Maz. Are you on about Mazraoui? No, it's not been properly done since last game week, mate, to be honest with you. I don't know if I probably would play Mazraoui over Hall, to be fair. But then I don't expect Mazraoui to get a clean sheet, so I don't expect Hall to get a clean sheet either. You better hope Vardy's not fit, says Sir Matt. Mate, doesn't make a difference if Vardy's fit or not. Vardy's old man now. He ain't going to be able to run anymore. It's going to be Haaland.
Well, the good news is that tomorrow we'll find out how it goes because I'm doing a watch along for all the afternoon games. So we'll be covering Leicester Man City is obviously going to be part of them. So we'll find out during
I'm getting excited.
Tomorrow's games.
I can listen to
Haaland
Steve
does anything or not.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if Haaland does something? Could you imagine if he doesn't? Steve would be so smug. He'd be like, I told him
won't
not
be
to.
smug because anything I do
well, are you surprised I got Haaland back in?
Yeah. I didn't expect that.
Well, that's it. It's time to be Maverick, mate. It's time to try and get ahead of the points. So let's see what happens anyway. What have you done with your team?
2 transfers, -4. Can you guess the midfielder in for Fernandes?
Kulusevski?
No. It's a complete outside punt, but it's a very popular pick at the moment.
In Bramo?
Close, but not as highly priced.
Gonna have to give me a clue, mate. What colour shirt does he wear?
They're playing Southampton.
Oh, Sarr.
Yeah. So I brought him in for the sake of it because I'm just sabotaging my team now.
I couldn't for the life of me remember the name of the guy.
And then the striker that I brought in for Pedro.
Yeah.
Because this player is guaranteed to play. Well, I say guaranteed. He probably won't now, but he's guaranteed to play the next 3 games. Got 3 really good fixtures. Ollie Watkins. I just thought, fuck it. Why not? Fuck it. This season cannot get any worse than what it is. I'm literally on. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 red arrows in 30.
I'm going to ask you a question. Are you tilting?
Tilting?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Are you tilting?
I don't know what that means, Jace. What are you referring to?
Okay.
I generally don't know what that means. You'll have to explain. What does tilting mean?
Does anyone know in the chat?
Apart from the literal sense of, am I tilting? But
tilting, in gaming, tilting refers to an emotional state characterized by frustration, rage, and a deterioration of gameplay ability.
Yeah,
it occurs when a player experiences a series of negative outcomes, i.e., 7 green arrows in a row. It occurs when a player experiences leading to a sense of a loss, emotional breakdown, and separation. It can manifest into various ways, such as aggressive behaviour, impulsive decisions.
Yes, yeah, that all applies to me.
Loss of focus and attention. Increased anxiety and stress. Tilting is often triggered by factors like frequent losses and setbacks, frustrating gameplay mechanics, poor... that doesn't really apply. It's more for like Call of Duty, that is. Poor teamwork, communication. Unfair treatment. You feeling unfairly treated, Steve-O, by the FPL gods? To manage tilting, players can take a break from the game to calm down. Focus on self-awareness and acknowledge their emotions. Practice self-management techniques such as deep breathing, meditation. Engage in social emotional learning to develop skills like empathy, communication, conflict resolution.
Yeah, I
Tilt.
do that work every day.
There we go. Tilt, Steve-O. Are you currently tilting in FPL? That is the question.
Yes, it's a simple answer. I just given up with the game.
Full Tilt FPL. That would be a really good name. Full Tilt FPL. There we go. If we ever get banned, that's what we'll come back as. He's already tilted and he's already fallen off. There's some Mugsby in the chat. Sold Watkins, says Firetog, because he got free 15 minutes and then Duran gets a red. Oh, I know. It's absolutely... you just didn't predict that, to be fair.
In all seriousness, the moves are perfectly logical at the end of the day. Pedro's been off form for God knows how many weeks. You've now got a player in Ollie Watkins that's got 3 favourable fixtures. Well, 2 out of the 3 anyway, and then Ismail Sarr, who is even a potential captaincy choice this particular game week. And he has got 2 favourable fixtures in the next 3. So I'm just hedging my bets. I've done all my plan work and everything. It's completely backfired to the point of where it's actually made me worse. So just stuff it. This team can stay.
So remind me So what transfers are you doing?
I've already done it. I did it. I can't even tell you when I did it. I think it was on.
So can you just remind me what? Can you tell the chat what they are?
Fernandez and Pedro out for Watkins and Sarr. And then it'd be a 3-4-3. I don't know whether to play Timber or Robinson.
So Watkins, it's a shame.
And then it'd be Bowen, Palmer, Salah, Sarr, and
Tilt FPL.
There's a small chance I may bench
Jackson
again for Ahmad, but that'd be ridiculous. So I'm just going to play Jackson over Ahmad.
So okay, Jackson over Ahmed makes sense. So question from Scuffy misses a lot. Why would Mbeumo be close to Sarr, Steve-O? When I said Mbeumo, you're like close.
Do you know what? I don't even care to that question either. Because the simple fact that Crystal Palace are near Brentford. That's it.
There we go. That's
it. And he's an attacking player for a team which is mediocre like Brentford.
Right, okay, well, there we go. Right, it's 10 o'clock, gone 10 o'clock now. I'm mindful of the time. You're streaming tomorrow. Are we going to knock it on the head now?
No, let's just quickly go for the history of the matches.
Wait,
I think.
What? Oh, you can then. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea then.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, make a cup of tea at this time of the night. You should be.
Of course, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Oh, by the way, I'm going to shout out Path of Exile 2. If anyone likes video games, give it a go. It's absolutely amazing.
And I'm going to give a shout out to anybody that hasn't seen Prison Break. It's absolutely fantastic. Crap acting, but brilliant storyline and really, really enjoyable. So there's our 2 shout outs.
Steve doesn't want to go to bed. There you go, Steve. Tell us the history. I'll have it on my phone while I make a cup of tea, and I can change my captain accordingly. You tell me that Man City are going to batter. Hey,
change your captain accordingly.
No, I'm joking. I'm not
going to. Oh right, well you may want to after you hear the history.
Oh wait, I'll be listening to your Man City predictions on this one. I'll be back shortly. It's going to be a cup of tea, okay?
You'll be listening in. There's no adverts, so that's the main thing. Jason will have to press that skip button. Trigger Lips, I'm looking at you, even though you won't be listening in. I didn't think you did adverts, Trigger Lips, but all of a sudden you press the button. Get your couple of pennies. Yeah, so Leicester versus Man City. I'm personally expecting Leicester to do really bad in this game. I do agree with Jason that Man City will probably turn up and give them a bit of a spanking, but I've got to take into account Man City's recent form at the moment, which is absolutely abysmal. And the truth of the matter is I do expect Leicester to score, but I think Man City are going to win this 3-1. However, the history does not like this game at all. It's going 1-0 to Man City. There have been 3 1-0s across the last 6 fixtures, 2 of them for Man City. Man City have won 5 out of the last 6 though, so there's been a couple of spankings in there as well. I think it was a 6-3 and a 4-1 to Man City. So I think that there's a possibility that could happen. But Jason, Captain and Haaland, it's a very, 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 very good option this particular game week and probably will pay off knowing Jason's luck. Crystal Palace versus Southampton. I think Crystal Palace come through this pretty well. They should come through this pretty comfortably, to be honest with you. 2-0, 3-0. I've gone 3-0. I generally do think that Sarr is a potential captaincy. I know that Alf put it on X, a vote, whether he should captain Sarr or not. I said yes. And I think that could be a really, really good shout. They're at home, Crystal Palace. Southampton are absolutely abysmal away from home. So I'm expecting Crystal Palace to get a good win here. So I'm going 3-1. The history, though, saying 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have won 3 out of the last 4. And on 5 occasions in these 6 matches, a team has scored 2 goals. So you got like a 2-2, a 2-1, a 2-1, a 2-0. So there just seemed to be a theme there with the number 2 in this particular fixture. Everton versus Nottingham Forest. This is a really tough one for me to call, to be honest with you. I was thinking 1-1, maybe even 0-0. I would be playing a Nottingham Forest defender if you own one, which most people do. And I think Everton will make this game really difficult. I expect them to score. I don't know why, but I just expect them to score. But I do think Nottingham Forest will come through this 2-1. But if it ended 1-1, I wouldn't be surprised. The history does go 1-1, though, because despite the last 2 Everton winning, prior to that, there were 3 draws and 2 of them being 1-1. Not particularly a game in the history books, which suggests a high-scoring game. Then move on to Fulham versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth away from home are terrible, despite the fact they've just beaten Man United 3-0. Fulham at home are pretty much hit or miss. I expect Fulham to just come through this based on the form of Bournemouth away from home. I'm going 2-1, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the other way round. I am going to get back Fulham here 2-1. History, though, is going 2-1 the other way round to Bournemouth. Bournemouth have won 2 out of the last 3. But prior to that, again, a bit like with the Everton match, there were 3 draws in this particular fixture. We then move on to Tottenham versus Wolves. I think this is a game that Tottenham are going to turn around and give Wolves a bit of a spanking here. I'm going 3-1. The history's going 2-1 to Wolves, though. Wolves have won 4 out of the last 6. And the last 2 fixtures between these 2 have ended 2-1 to Wolves. West Ham, Liverpool. I think it's going to be a lot tougher than what people expect. The plan for me and Ray was to basically be getting rid of, for this particular game week, Bowen out for somebody, Enzo, and Isaac in for, who was it again? I think it was at the time, Cunha. That was the plan. But with all the backfiring of the nonsense that has been this, is Cunha going to get banned? Is he not going to get banned? Their fixtures being terrible, but then Cunha still comes through with 55 points, 70,000 bonus points, and so on and so forth. And then you then have the fact that Fernandez getting sent off, all my goalkeepers getting injured. You then have various other players doing jack shit. It's just embarrassing, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm now kind of like begrudgingly holding on to Bowen. So yeah, I'm expecting West Ham to score, but I think Liverpool come through this pretty comfortably 3-1. History's going 2-1, despite there being 2 5-1 victories for West Ham. 2 5-1 victories for Liverpool versus West Ham. To be honest, it's been quite tight away from home. I think there's been like a 2-2, a 2-1, and like a 3-1. So yeah, it's kind of hit or miss for Liverpool away in this fixture, but they should be coming through in this. Aston Villa versus Brighton. I would not be surprised now that I've got rid of Watkins that Pedro's going to turn up, score 15 goals in that particular game. Ollie Watkins is going to do jack shit. So I'm expecting Aston Villa to probably end up losing this the other way round, 2-1. I'm predicting Aston Villa to win this 2-1. History's going 2-1. Villa have actually done really well versus Brighton. They've actually won 4 out of the last 6 and unbeaten in the last 5. The only time Brighton won was a 1-0 victory, literally the last time these 2 actually played one another. And yeah, Villa do like to play Brighton, so I'm kind of hoping my Ollie Watkins punt comes through, which it won't. We then have Ipswich versus Chelsea. I've just put it as 3-1 because Chelsea away from home are a different animal compared to at home. For some reason, they like to score a lot of goals away from home, but at home, for whatever reason, they don't. I'm going 3-1 Chelsea. Obviously, Ipswich put in a really good performance against Arsenal the other day, but Ipswich at home seem to be a lot different than they are away from home. I don't know why, but I'm expecting them to put up a really good fight, but Chelsea's quality will come through. Will Jackson start? Do you know what? I have a feeling he may not. And that's why I'm a bit hesitant on whether I should play him or Ahmad. The history is going 4-1 to Chelsea. There's been 23 goals scored across the last 6. Chelsea winning 4 of the last 6. In fact, the last time these two played, I was going to ask Jason a question on this, but I'll just read it out. The last time these two played was in 2011. These two played. And these were the goal scorers. Solomon Kalou after the 33rd minute. Daniel Sturridge, 34th minute. We had an own goal from Carlos Edwards in the 41st minute. Nicholas Anelka in the 49th. Daniel Sturridge in the 52nd. Frank Lampard in the 78th. Frank Lampard in the 79th and a 7-0 win. 7-0. Just absurd. I watched a Premier League, the best of Premier League Boxing Day matches. I mean, it was shit, but I was quite interested kind of looking at it from a history perspective and seeing what football was like. And the first match was, funny enough, Aston Villa versus Chelsea in a 3-3, I believe the game was. And Chelsea had 2 players sent off in that game. No, Chelsea had Ashley Cole sent off. And Aston Villa had, what's his frigging name? I forget his name now. But yeah, it was I just watched it and I was like, the football is so different to what it is now. Even the actual football itself, it just didn't move at all like it does in today's standards. And a lot of the football that was being shown was a lot of just hoof it up to, in this case, Kalou or Shevchenko. Remember him? And yeah, it was just one of those matches where it just, like Mark Goldbridge talks about, seems to be relying on individual brilliance from particular players. And there was a few goals in that game which did rely on individual brilliance, but I digress. Then it's Jason's team, Man United versus Newcastle. I'm literally going with Newcastle in this because they are the form team at the moment. I've predicted, I think I originally put 2-1, but I think I may just go 2-0. Man United only won 2 in the last 6. Newcastle have won 3 in this particular fixture. And 5 of these matches in the last 6 have ended with the team keeping a clean sheet. So if there is a winner in this game, it's probably going to be 2-0. So Jason with Hall, Blonde with Hall, anybody with Hall in it, just play him. Then we finish the weekend with Brentford versus Arsenal. And I just have this feeling it's going to be quite a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be end-to-end. The way Brentford are playing at the moment, apart from when they play against Nottingham Forest, it seems to be a game in which should have goals in it. And I'm going to go 3-2 to Arsenal. The history's going 1-0. On 2 occasions in the last 6, Arsenal have won 1-0. And Arsenal are actually unbeaten in the last 6 versus Brentford. So it should be a win for Arsenal there. But yeah, certainly if you are going to be expecting goals, it's probably going to come in the Chelsea game according to the history, and that's about it. Did you hear the City history, Jace? 1-0 to Man.
Great. Play. I'll switch Hall back in.
Yeah, play Hall.
Yeah.
1-0, 2-0. A lot of 2 or 3-0 it seems in that particular game, Jace.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Sanchez will get a clean sheet.
What are you? So you're thinking Leicester, Man City to do really well?
Yeah.
I am as well personally. I expect them to come through with a high scoring result there. And you're 100% on Haaland captain,
mate. 100%. 100% Salah Haaland captain. Maybe Palmer close second.
I'm on Palmer at the moment. I'm on Palmer at the moment.
Tasty fixture.
I'm probably going to just end up with going the boring Salah route.
Yeah,
I am on Palmer at the moment. Genuinely.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's Salah playing tomorrow as well.
Salted caramel latte, Steve-O.
Fucking hell. You're even going to be able to, I suppose you've got a 3-month-old or 6-month-old, so
9-month-old.
Sleeping isn't an option anyway.
It's a 9-month-old. No, he hasn't slept very well. Normally I wake up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm wide awake. Yeah.
And that's just for work.
But then, well, no, that's, yeah. But now I'm not working. I'm still getting up at 4 in the morning. I'm going to bed a bit later and I'm still waking up early at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But the way it is at the moment, Mal does the work in the night, and then in the morning when I get up, like, I'll just take him downstairs so she can have a bit of a nap. So we kind of, yeah, we'll do it. We, kind of, you got to, haven't you? You gotta. But sleep, something which I can't remember the last time where I've not had to worry about waking up or like worry about sleep, like how many hours I get. I get on average 6 hours maximum. It's not good. Not good. Not good, mate.
Here's me worried about only getting 8.
Jason, play Enzo over at Ahmad. Thank me later. Well, I'll have a think about it. I'll see what happens. 6 hours is not fine. Google it. It's not good. It's not healthy. Right. I think that's going to be it then. Steve-O, you've done the predictions. We've done the teams. We've done the preview. Tomorrow, talk about what you're doing. Hit the like, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Steve-O, tomorrow, what's the plan?
Yeah, so about 2:15, I'll be going live covering the games: Leicester, Man City, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth, and Spurs versus Wolves. So yeah, it's going to be another miserable, death-like stream. It's going to be awful, isn't it, Jace? From my point of view, and like I say, I'm really not enjoying FPL at the moment. I'm bored of it, mainly because I'm just doing shit, and any logical thing that I'm doing at the moment is just completely bad. Even if I just leave my team as it is, backfires. Even the moves that I want to do, backfires. When I don't do the moves, backfires. When I do the moves, backfires. It's just boring. I'm just sick to death.
Yeah, maybe we should stop caring as much. Maybe,
That's true, but it's a hobby and the fact that doing this, having to talk about it, like one of the things.
There's lots of content creators that are not doing very well this season. It's not just us.
One. I'm telling you now, they're doing well enough. I know that for a fact. They're not. In fact, I don't think there's any.
I don't think Az is doing very well. He's over 1 million, isn't he?
He's doing better than me. He's 1.2.
Yeah, still.
There's no one in the content creator space that's at your level or my level.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well,
in the big content creator space, I'm sure there's like an independent one that's doing shite, but from the big ones.
Yeah. Anyway, that's because they all copy each other. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll just do whatever Harry's doing tomorrow. I'll just copy it. Oh, can't be saying that. I can and I will. So
that's just boring. Live a bit. Right. Good night, everybody. Like the show, stream. If you're watching it back, leave a comment. Leave a comment anyways. We'll see you tomorrow. Steve-O will anyway. And yeah. Take care, guys. Wave, Steve-O.